I got more of a news flash for you, and we're very dead serious on what we're saying here in this video today. Um, Nancy Reagan was, we'll start with that one, right? Since it's first. Nancy Reagan was our first president. Mr. Reagan was in his 80s, 90s or something, and he got Alzheimer's disease whenever he was up there, and it was close to the 90s already by the time, it got to some point. Um, in the 90s, he shortly passed away after being president. But it is a fact from people who were there, um, whatever information they gathered from Secret Service agents or however they obtained the information, they knew for a fact that Mr. Reagan was not there. He had Alzheimer's like Hillary Clinton has signs of Alzheimer's. They probably told her over and over again, don't run for president. But she's got to run for president and try to become our president anyways. But Nancy Reagan was the first woman president. Um, I don't like Nancy Reagan. I'm a very staunch Reagan fan. I believe in Reaganomics. That was the one sure way to pull America's head out of its ass and keep it out of its ass. But you're looking at something that's a little bit more intense and intrinsical. How I say, I have a hard time saying intrinsical. Um, design for president policies, um, domestic and foreign or whatever to help save America. I think that Nixon did a really good job, but now we're going to have to do a lot of the things that I said that you need to do in order to pull America's head out of its butt. And um, anyways, Nancy Reagan caused the Contra conflict through our boy Oliver North underneath the table. See this? What is that? It's a Marine Corps emblem on the shirt. I've had this shirt for a long time, since I was a teenager. I had this. My father was this active duty Marine, served in the Marine Corps. So Oliver North was our guy. He was our guy, and Reagan was our guy. So we were like hella confused whenever the Contra deal went down. So that was one of a couple of different things that Nancy Reagan somehow ordered or whatever, told them that's what Mr. Reagan wanted, and I'm not sure that some of it maybe not have been directed from the first Bush, but the first Bush can keep that contra shit deflected back on Nancy Reagan because I don't think he wants the heat for it. They want to stick Ronald Reagan with that, like Ronald Reagan would ever do that and not give Oliver North a pardon. You see these these guys today. Hillary and Obama both did that thing on Benghazi themselves. So he is a what is the word? Obama's implicated in Hillary Clinton's crimes. So I'm just saying it's just quite too fucking ironical. It's ironic that they were both perpetrated against America. She executed some serious crazy ass crap to help ISIS become huge or whatever, and he cannot pardon her. He would pardon her though because he ain't got no class and he ain't got no sense, and the boy is a dumbass and he's a foreigner. So now since I'm gonna jump to the foreign thing just for a second and explain what I mean. All foreigners must leave because you guys are weird. A lot of you mainly vote Democrat, and the Democrats are destroying our country like a bunch of foreigners that come here to get even with America instead of coming here to make the place better to help us all. Because that's what I do. I've been doing it for almost 20 years, working on stuff in particular that helps the planet in particular. So you can stick it. We can stick it, and we're going to talk and elaborate more on this. We want foreigners the fuck out of here. We want them all gone. You guys are all a bunch of assholes, and you're not really an American. You can't talk to the real American the way that you talk to them. Get drunk, fucking high, or whatever the fuck you foreigners fucking do over here, and then act like you fucking own the place just as much as everybody else, but you're a shithead. You would be considered equal to all of us if you weren't a shithead. If you weren't truly a shithead. But I don't know too many of them that I've met. Um, that I don't know that don't at least vote Democrat. Not that you are a shithead, but if you vote for a Democrat, I'm wondering why. Because did they help you come here or something? Well, now it's got me thinking that every single thing that Obama has done, he has done for the enemy. So that tells me that everything that has done must be rolled back and undone because it was done for the enemy. Obama is one of the enemies. He's not an American. He is not an American. He's not for America. He's not going to sit there and do policy and try and do things and can't pretend that he doesn't cater to the enemy. So everything that he does has got to be rolled back, plus the economy. The inflation that has skyrocketed high, the inflation on this place in particular has got to go down. They're out here. They're out here. These Democrats and Obama's trying to make laws that's even legitimate or constitutionally upholdable, which it only is with the leftist, extreme leftist, Supreme Court. They killed a Supreme Court justice in order to get to obtain. So I'm just saying, oh, it's not directed at killing the economy and driving inflation up higher. Oh, then why did you just fight for more benefits, or why did you just have Obama push for you to have um, people who are make a certain make their money a certain way um, get overtime? Did I hear that? Or just hear that? Why are they pushing for shit like that and not trying to lower the inflation and stopping the tremendous amount of debt that they just put on America? And from what I've seen here with these stupid Democrats, the stupid socialists over there in Greece that bankrupted Greece. So we've seen all these things that are going to happen to America if we keep it up, keep on going. We can still stop it. My God, it's fucking insane how we can still stop that shit. But I think the magical number is 30 trillion. Once it reaches 30 trillion, it'll bust, and the politicians will have no other choice. Well, they won't be able to hide it with Wall Street anymore. What a dupe they've done to our society. Just like Greece, when all those people blew up, because what did they do? They seized everybody's money. They seized everybody's assets. If you have money in the bank, possibly even if you have gold, they're gonna come and they're gonna send people, troops, whatever, probably UN soldiers. If it was Obama, he would send UN soldiers, people who Americans like hate. He would bring some Muslim terrorist looking fucking crazy un-American people that are not supposed to be even in our fucking country or fucking in our fucking country here, and they're gonna come in and steal my gold and take my guns and fucking whatever else I got in my house. You know, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. So all that shit's gotta go. And truly, I think we're past the Nancy Reagan with her first female president part. I don't need to elaborate on that anymore. It's the truth. When Mr. Reagan had at least 2 years where he was not well in the last part of his second term. So I'm just saying we had our first woman president there, and she was terrible at it. Because she brought her women lib fucking feminist bullshit to the thing, personal fucking vendetta against fucking men and fucking all this other shit, you know, that they can't get over. It's all personal. It's all so fucking personal with women, you know. I mean, whatever. People want to call her a great lady. I don't like her, and I don't like her daughter at all. I think you all are chumps. And I don't care if she just died. I think she was a chump. I like Mr. Reagan's son though, but his daughter, um, you, I like to see another female punch her in the face. But you know, speaking of which, that's partly why I don't want a woman president. Sort of is because I think there would be like a cat fight, cat scratch, kind of like vindictive vendetta thing going on. And I have strong feelings like that because my my own mom wasn't ever like cool like that. You know what I mean? She always took things personal. She held a grudge on people where you were just like, the fuck you ain't over that yet? You know? It's been fucking 30 fucking years, man. Person was 4 years old when they did that to you, you know? It's like, holy shit. Now, if it was something that I can make a fucking case for a video or something like that, you know, and I'm telling you the truth, I'm saying, dude, um, I'll take a fucking, Dracula impalement. I'll take an impalement, a Dracula type impalement. Right now, I'll do it. I'll let somebody do it to me. I'll let a terrorist, I'll go surrender myself to the terrorist and tell them that's what my punishment is. If I'm lying about anything I said about Roseburg, Oregon, I would not, you think I would ever fucking come on here on any of these videos about some fucking bullshit like that and be lying and then tell you all the facts where it all lines up, you know, and I would lie about it, you know? So I don't like liars, and if it's something that is serious, like fucking think about it for 20 years, 10 years or whatever, and you think, wait a second, those people shouldn't get away with that. That ain't right. What if what if dude would have got convicted and got put in prison for at least a year, just a year or 2 years, because the police in Roseburg, and that's their history that they've made for themselves. This is what the cops in Roseburg did, and they acted just like a woman. As far as I'm concerned, they're not men; they're all women. So, Mr. Obama, you're not our president, and you don't get to be the black and first woman president. There was already a woman president, Obama. Her name was Nancy Reagan. Okay, I'm not even saying that to Hillary. I'm telling that to Obama. Why do you think saying that to Obama? Obama, there was already a first woman president. Her name was Nancy Reagan. Everything that you do and have done has got to be rolled back, and I'm going to fight to the freaking nail and tooth to make sure that every single thing that you did for our enemy here in America is rolled back and turned back and done away with and void and null. I'll keep making my point. I'm going to show you the Greece's economy when they bankrupted. I'll show you our economy right now. I'll show you that there was 5 trillion in debt when Bush, the second Bush, took over, and that there's an increasing um, eager uh, wanting how do you say that? They want to achieve wasting all this money and bankrupting America. They say globalness for global something, but you could maybe transfer it over. If you bankrupt this economy and you say, "Oh, let's go to this other economy," you could just go to the Southern Democrat government from the Civil War. Well, the ones that were these Democrats today are saying that they were fighting against this Confederate flag that used to that just stands for oppressing more slaves. It doesn't mean that the North was oppressing them. Back then, we had the Republican Party was treating, well, it wasn't necessarily so much the political side as much as it was the business side. So the business side of things, people up north were greedy people, and they wanted to own the slaves after um, 1863. You weren't supposed to have any slaves anymore. They wanted some. These were the same people. I call myself Pilgrim because I'm against slavery, any kind. So I know that my people, the Pilgrims, fought against people like the Northerners, the bankers. You ever heard of the bankers, like the bankers we're dealing with today? The bankers of the yesterday were still selling black people. Well, they weren't selling them. What they were doing is they were giving loans. Like if somebody needed a quick loan to buy a slave, the banks were still giving people loans and whatever you say, financing slavery up north. And they want you to think that the South wanted to fight you to keep their slaves when that wasn't at all what it was. It was about an economic burden that the North put on the South. The South was their industry was cotton and making stuff for factories up north. And the people in the factories wanted the material, I guess, for nothing, for dirt cheap. They thought the Southerners were just supposed to grow this shit for nothing for them. And then the carpetbaggers were all around trying to take their fucking land from them and fucking push them off of their fucking property and shit. So what is the Southern Democrats doing today? And the Civil War was a really, really super long time ago. For them to be coming up to this point in time to be wanting to get even for that or whatever the hell they're doing, but what kind of system are they going to go to? If you look at anything they do, it's only going to be stupid. It's going to be beneficial to them. It's going to be directed against us, you know. So, anyways, roll back everything Obama because it is, I know for a fact that it is all done and designed to bankrupt America, to take down America, to make America look weak. It's catering for terrorist enemies who hang gay people overseas over there. So when they're looking at us, they're like, ha ha ha, what a weak enemy. This is what they're doing. But it's only caused by a guy with the pea brain who everybody elected as the president, who is actually not even really the president, who shouldn't even be able to get away with all the stuff that he's doing if any of it is unconstitutional to me. Not unconstitutional to whatever Obama thinks his constitution is. He thinks he's got a higher constitution than everybody else. He doesn't. The president is only supposed to command for all of our intelligence, or not, I guess. It's lack of intelligence, but it's for our constitutional rights. He's supposed to be fighting for what we have, knowing that he has the same exact rights and shit that we all have. But he doesn't do that. He attacks his own rights. He makes himself look shitty. He bows to stupid people. Some people are not so stupid, but he's ignorant. So we know every single thing that Obama has done up to this point. We don't even need to talk about it. We could look at anything, any single thing that Obama has done up to this point. He's tried to I mean, not tried, he's used so many people where, you're gonna have some ignorant son of a bitch come up and get in your face or come up and bash your video or put a dislike on it or something like that because you're only telling them the truth. I'm only telling you the truth. This guy Obama is a swine bag. Are you one of the terrorists? Are you one of the enemy? Should you not be in America? Convince me why me, a guy who has hundreds of years in stake in America. I'm not. I'm not a foreigner at all. I'm a native, born here, born in Oregon. Actually, father was served in the Marine Corps till I was 12. Got out and we moved to Oregon, where I was born. While my father was in the service, he was overseas, so I wasn't able to be born anywhere else. I think Virginia would have been. If I could pick anywhere, I think I could pick Virginia to be the place where I was born. But they fucking dicked me on it. So I was born in Roseburg, Oregon. I was just gonna say, yeah. What do you run around? Here's a joke for Roseburg. So what do you run around and ruin people's lives? Give them fake felonies, but make it a real felony on their record. For beating up a guy who stalked them for over 2 years and almost killed him and this shit. What do you think you are, Roseburg? What do you think you are, Roseburg, Oregon? Ha 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 ha. Funny, huh? Funny joke, huh? Yeah, it's really funny to fucking think you're gonna die. It's really funny to have somebody fucking stalk you and fucking prey on you. Think it's funny, and then whenever you finally beat them up, they fucking help the cops make a case against you like you're some fucking piece of shit or something like that. I just wanted to say I hate you. I just fucking hate you, Roseburg, Oregon. I hate you so fucking much. I fucking really fucking hate you. I hate your ass. And you know what? I'm in one of the times where I'm at one of the happiest. Like I'm not even fucking disappointed with my life. I'm happy with it. I'm fucking quaint. I think it's fucking grand. It's fucking might be laborious, but it's pretty fucking neat. I'm doing right now is fucking conquering the fucking world and shit. And all I can tell you with all the fucking goodness and everything going on, and yesterday I was fucking like glowing. I was fucking feeling so good. I was just like, wow. And yesterday I had this fucking numbing, buzzing, like heavenly feeling, like God fucking serious. And now I'm cursing. I'm sorry, but it's how I felt. I don't know how to describe it. I felt like overwhelmed with fucking like heavenly joy. Like it was like God touched me or something. I felt that yesterday. And I just want to tell you, with all that, I still can pull out and dig hate up out inside of me with all of that for you, Roseburg. I have no love for you for the place. Um, I have destinations that I used to fucking hang out with, go and fish and fucking just enjoy my time and or whatever, and you fucked it for me, and I'm just fucking telling everybody else and trying to fuck everything up and fuck it up for you and fuck it up for me and everybody else. If foreign immigrants go away, because I don't think that you're very nice, you know. Americans, as far as I know, we have been fucking bending over fucking backwards for all you immigrants for longer than I've been alive. As long as I can remember in our history, we have always been tried to be fucking good to foreigners. Except in some places like in New York or wherever you'd have some Yankees, they don't treat people well. So if you came into Ellis Island and you were mistreated by a Yankee who don't know any better. That's how ignorant some of those people are up there. A lot of them, I thought they would have woken up and stayed awake after 9/11, but they allow the enemy to come in and propagate to us. Get a guy in here who's an enemy. Now he's the enemy's president. The U.S. president is the Taliban, Al Qaeda's fucking ISIS, Islamic fucking statehoodism's fucking president is in our fucking White House right now. From believing that shit, from going from 9/11, September 11th, to where we are now, to believe in the propaganda and lies that the Democrat Party gave us from our enemies. And you're gonna believe that shit. Go look at George Bush's face when 9/11 happened, and I tell you, he had the same look on his fucking face that I had on my fucking face, and that is fucking what the fuck is when the plane hit the World Tower. I was sleeping in my bed in Roseburg, Oregon, and two people came and woke me up at 10 something, 10:12 or some fucking shit in the fucking morning. I was a student senator. I fucking bucked hay and I had some other fucking shit. I had shit going on all the time. So at that point, I could I could get some. I could sleep in then still, but um, that's what I was doing when that happened. So you go look at that and you tell me I'm full of shit. So I'm just telling you, unless you blend very well, I want to see if you come over here. I don't want to see you go and register and get a fucking fake ass like it seems like it's not real. They're just fake ass people as far as I'm concerned. The Democrat Party people or whatever. I don't want to see foreigners come over here and go get automatically registered in the Democrat Party with like change.org. I got a petition on there against Roseburg right now. But they put on a petition that's just it's so unconstitutional and just blows my mind how they even get away with it, even thinking like that. How do you not get fucking punched in your face right off the bat by somebody standing right there by saying that you're gonna automatically enroll people here in America when they turn 18? Where is our government and society heading? To one party dictatorship? Obama is just like he acts just like the people, the communist dictators. So what do communist dictators have to do? Socialist dictators. Even Bernie Sanders and Hillary, they're the same exact politician. They're communists. And they're getting away with getting away with calling themselves a progressive or a socialist or this and that. But what do they do? They have to ensure that nobody can proceed past them. They have to, in their communist dictator ass minds, have to try to hold on to the power that they were given and entrusted with, that they abused and mistrusted and misused, basically. They have to try to hold on to the reins as much as possible, right? Kill people, like get in their way, um, and quite possibly get killed themselves. That's why the North Korean guy was killed. He was assassinated by somebody who he thought he could, you know, teach to the role of what he does or whatever, that someday could surpass him. But what he did was he planted his own son, taught him how to be dirty and evil. So Somebody who's dirty and evil like that will come in. He'll kiss your baby. This Obama. He'll kiss your baby, baby. All right, and we killed that. We killed that Scalia guy yet? That's Obama. You know, total, totally, insane. They're insane, criminally insane. How these people were taught up. It makes me really want to know if I can get any more information from Hillary Clinton's parents and her background, his parents and his background. I know there's been a lot. He was born in Kenya and revealing stuff, but I still would like to know a lot. I think a lot more because I want to know where these numbskulls are really coming from if they're being taught to be a dictator and they're willing to kill you over it and then go and kiss your baby like everything's cool. Did you see me kiss that baby? I kissed the baby. You know, I can't be a killer. I just kissed your baby. But anyway, so um, everything that he done, I didn't know that any of it wouldn't work. I was like, well, maybe some of the policies and stuff that Obama does, maybe some of it might work out. But the more that you think about it, it's designed against our society and these immigrants that are all here. I mean, even ones that are here. If you can, I would appreciate if you pack up and leave. We are probably going to have a civil war here, so it'll probably be more relevant and revealing. So I'll give some of you this much. You can start saving up your money to get out of here. And when you see it coming more, when you see our civil war that we're gonna about to have here in America, from all this shit that's going on here, it's gonna pin American against American. And I don't know if you're gonna want to be here or not, but I guess you could stay here and take up one side or the other if you want. But Obama is bringing foreigners here, immigrants, and pitting them all up against me. And I don't even know how any of them vote really. You know, are they smart? Are you're gonna tell me you're smart enough to know the difference between somebody lying to you or not? I know some that were. You know, the immigrants from Cuba or wherever else that came and worked in the Republican Party and that are registered Republicans. I consider them as much of an American as me in this place just as much as theirs. So if there's a way I could deflect or direct immigrants go away to other people, other immigrants, then I will on that one. And the reason why is because I think that they understand or are fully aware of what democracy is and what America stands for. So I support you if you support democracy, and I don't know why your home doesn't have democracy. You know, I'd rather see people come here on vacation and then go back to their own democracy. But if they can't, they have to flee and run away from something oppressive. They're going to come over here and they're going to quite possibly listen to some deception and these people who are deceptive, like Obama, who is trying to raise people's wages, and he's the president. Why aren't you lowering the fucking deficit? Why aren't you doing the budget? Why is inflation sky high? Why are you trying to bankrupt America? And why don't you lower inflation? But you're out here demanding we get more immigrants. You got Paul Ryan. That's why I want him shot out of there. I want him gone. I do not want Paul Ryan anymore. I used to like Paul Ryan a lot. I used to be like fight, like about ready to kick somebody's ass for talking shit about Paul Ryan. But now, as soon as he did that thing with the immigrants, I thought that was a shit. He took a shit on America. He took his shit. Paul Ryan took a lousy, stinky shit right on the U.S. of A. And he wants to sit there and talk shit about Trump this Trump still needs to understand. He needs to do exactly what I say and help take a shit right on America. It's Paul Ryan now. I'm like, I never in a million years would have guessed Paul Ryan would have come up to this point shitting on the US of A. I would have never thought that. But I was doing that is by bringing immigrants in here. We're saying refugees. I want to know how come we are not out there fighting for their freedom, and how come they're not fighting for their own freedom? And why are they coming here to my country voting for Democrats and voting for more of that? So right now I'm saying no. I do not want any immigrants here, and if you want to get into a heated debate with me on it, we'll elaborate. Both can. But I don't want somebody to sit there and just be able to talk over me without me being able to have a conversation with them. I don't want to have a heated debate. I want to have a conversation where you can hear me clear and understand me exactly what I'm saying. If all of the immigrants are coming here and they're the wrong type of people, even, I do not believe that he supports Christians, Christian refugees, and I'm a Christian. This country is, they keep trying to dumb it down where it was about 80% in 2012, I think, 2012 or 2014, something like that. And now they're saying it's 70%. So is it rapidly going downhill? I always try to warn people. Think about your soul and your salvation. Don't allow another man or congregation from a church or anything like that to do you dirty and to help to try to um, persuade you on your religion one way or another. I believe that if you can, it's there for us to show kindness and to help out our fellow man and to keep us in check. So a lot of the Christian rules that they have, excuse me, I don't understand. It sounds like common sense to me. So in a lot of the stuff that's going on here, like the transgender thing, I seen Montel Williams say something yesterday that threw me off because he's acting like the conservatives or something are bringing up this transgender thing or whatever, and like that's what we're choosing to fight over. No, we have to fight this idiot Obama over every single thing that he's doing. He's doing it for our enemies. You know, if he came out and said, if he came out and said, I don't even know how to do that, but how come he can't even say anything wise at this point? So now we have to think about this thing without Obama, this transgender thing. These guys are weirdos. Is somebody gonna get raped over this? Because we can't even talk about, don't even talk about a sexually perverted person who has bad intentions to severe bad intentions, or not. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, going into bathrooms like that. You're opposite of their own gender, whatever. But do we need to make different bathrooms for um, our colors again? Because it sounds a lot like whenever they segregated the blacks and the whites. They want to make twisted to where you say, oh, this guy, because he's a transgender man, you want to discriminate against him and tell him he can't go in his proper bathroom, which is a woman's bathroom. No, it ain't. No, it isn't. How come these different people and the gays aren't paying for their own stuff, paying for their own? I mean, they've almost got Obama paying for their marriages. I mean, it just it's just so cockamamie, and for whatever the life of me, I just can't figure out why their foreign policy, if they knew all what was going on overseas, there would never be in a million years be doing gay marriage over here without invading Iran. So you got a guy who's a complete wimp who rolls over with the terrorists at least. If he's not one of them, he's gonna close Guantanamo Bay and all this other shit. He stopped the war in Iraq. Just let them tear it all up. Just let them tear it up. So he's really not one of the terrorists. He's at least one of the biggest dipshits that I've ever seen in my life. If he knows that that's what they're doing over there in Iran, and Bush had us in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in a place where we could have pretty easily have set up a war with Iran also, and could have had a very well planned out strategy to take them out. So you look at um, different missions and different things in our past. Look at the last time that us going into a situation trying to do something smart was with John F. Kennedy. It was the Bay of Pigs. And what happened? The communists, they were waiting for us. There was so much espionage going on. There was people in our own government that are supposed to be on our side that was telling the enemy what we were doing. So they were for communism. And again, we're going to say, what is your Democrat Party communist tactics and socialist tactics any different than Hitler and Hitler's minions and his army and his politics? Are you sure they're that much different? So we can't talk about communism. We can talk about Nazis all we want, and how they initially came to come up with a final destination for humans to be snubbed out, to kill people on the onslaught. They have to get rid of anybody in their way. They have to get rid of people against their cause, whatnot. So anything that ends with the ist, feminist, communist, socialist, any of the ists have got to go too with the immigrants, and lying. So if I think lying has to be done away with. You have to say, well, um, this is the way that our society is run on us, how we're overrun. So we have no right to have any bliss or ignorance of the law whatsoever. But a politician with everybody's ass, but there's a they had all everybody's ass on the line. So everything Obama must be rolled back, and I am extremely against immigrants coming here and having immigrants here. I want all the immigrants to leave, unless you can show me that you're in the Republican Party. Um, we don't have a secret society of voting anymore, really. Only certain people really can if they are able to control it and maintain the status of not coming out and exactly saying how they vote or what their politics are. People that can maintain like that are lucky, but as far as everybody else goes, nobody else is, and everybody's revealing. If you've already revealed it once and changed your mind, you have to somehow publicly come out and explain the sudden change, and that's with every single person in America. So if you have the Republican Party on your government ID or whatever you were issued here when you became a U.S. citizen, if you're a Republican and you vote Republican, then you can stay. But if you came here and you vote for if you got Democrat on your thing, And that's what you registered to be when you came here. Then I think you're ignorant, and I think you need to leave my country. And I will believe that and will say that from here. I don't know whenever I'll be able to stop saying I don't want immigrants here and I don't want them coming here. I just want you to leave. You're gone. They're crunching our economy. They're killing our jobs. Talking about replacing people with minimum wage jobs because they want to raise the minimum wage so high. They want to put a damn robot in a cash register. Thank you. How was your meal? Okay, that'll be $27.97. Thank you. Have a nice day. They're gonna replace human beings with robots eventually. So then you have immigrants that come here and you're fighting against you. Fuck Oregon, fighting for a fucking business in Oregon. If it's against the law to discriminate against gay couples, if you're a fucking bakery, Christian bakery, and you tell them, no, I'm not doing a gay cake for you, then you can be sued for the whole person's business just because you had the right to refuse service, but you can't in Oregon like that. So I'm just saying this cockamamie shit. They're killing my country because they hate America. They're a bunch of American haters. They kiss your baby. Yeah, now make me your president. I'll take you. I'll take good care of your country. Right, here we are. We have immigrants going to own all of our businesses. They're going to have all this other stuff. And then I guess there's one more thing. I guess you're pretty much more or less, if you're a Christian, then I consider you like family. So that's not necessarily just because you're Caucasian or black or Arab or whatever. If you're a Christian, no matter what your color is or who you are, if you're a Christian, um, Pentecostal, basically, like that, then I consider you like family. So of course I would want you here, and I'd want you to have a good business and for it to strive. So those people, I'm exempting you as well. I hope you don't vote Democrat, but I guess in that sense, if you really believe in God and Jesus, and you're gonna go to heaven, then that's a lot of things are, I guess, between like things I have whole personal between me and God. So it was like Obama. Is that crazy? He's waging wars on our minds with stuff that's not between all of us and between you and me and them and that. It's between you and God. But yet, Obama is forcing this on society, and now where's all of the people? Anybody who ever said Obama was straight, or like he made sense, or he's a Christian? Anybody who said that? There are so many people up in this country that deserve a cold cock punch in their face, and they can be legally get away with punching them in their stupid face for being so retarded. So, anyways, I just wanted to warn you, immigrants. Not that I'm gonna do anything personal to you at all. I'm warning you that America is possibly gonna blow up. Um, and what I mean by that is we're going to have another revolutionary civil war type of scenario that is going to take place here. Um, from the parties feuding the way that they do. So I don't know where the Democrats are going to get their equipment and everything to fight the war with, but the Republicans are going to have the North again. They're going to have Washington again when the Civil War takes place. So the Republicans are going to be one up on them with the military um, arsenal that they have in our disposal. So, but it's true that the Democrats are we're going to have a civil war, and they'll be armed, but they'll be armed and have a military from the UN, and which is now basically overran with Taliban sympathizers and people who are just like Obama who want to close Guantanamo Bay, want to take your guns away from you, but somehow they let filter in some nasty terrorists with some AK-47s in France and killed all those people. That's one example of what Obama's going to do to our society. What he's already done to our society. Look at California. What happened in San Andreas just recently. Um, it's extremely um, uh, mm, delicate subject, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, what was the other thing? There was that. There was that. That's what happened in France. That's what happens with socialism, or communism. They disarm everybody. Uh, they might even go as far as disarming the police. Well, I mean, look at England. Look what they did to England. They did that there to show what? To give an example of how a peace officer is supposed to be, where the cops getting too out of hand or something with the guns or something over there. Why would you ever disarm a cop? You know, I'm not like one of the most staunch um cop supporters in the world, but I think some of them are fucking pretty mean and fucking nasty. But as far as peacekeeping goes, I just have to ask that question. Like, I run with as much common sense as I can, and I just, for the life of me, can't figure out why the hell you would ever want to disarm your authority. Why you would want to disarm your police. But anyway, so we have the gun shootings. That's a socialist program, basically a program. And then what was the other one? There was another Greece. Greece was the other example of what's to come. They hit bankruptcy. The banks there bailed themselves out and are holding all of our monies in the banks. That's how we pay our mortgages, pay our cars, and build up a savings. Because we know that we if we can or not, we need to at least try to save up some money because our politicians in Washington is not on the up and up and hasn't been straight up with us forever. And we talk like this and let it go like, like there's no end to it and there's nothing we can do about it. And we can't vote the right people in. The right person just isn't going to get elected. And that's how we talk. Some people talk here, and I'm like, man, gosh, I would really like to be a lot more optimistic than that. I'd like to see our country in particular go back to where a handshake meant the fucking world. Like you handshake the fucking thing, and you're fucking like on that fucking what you said over that handshake. You can't get over it until you do what you said because your word means something. Fucking thing. It means something. Your word means that you're gonna do what you say you're gonna fucking do. That's how I feel. That's how I think. So, anyways, bad things are to come. I don't know where you're supposed to go that isn't gonna be like that. Also, go somewhere where they have a conservative president. Maybe you can stay here, and not be affected by the Democrats and what they do and the war and whatever else. But also, I don't like people also trashing the place. So that also goes into with the Americans that are here. Some people are nasty and violent for whatever reason. Instead of fighting for a good cause to have a positive outcome, they're nasty and they fight for nothing. But just to be nasty and just to make a point that this fucking happened to me. I don't want anything positive. I want more negative. come out of this son of a bitch because I'm so fucking frustrated. I can't even think straight and to even fucking put a pattern of goodness even to whatever affected you. You want more bad to take place or that to be the going thing. So I want those people to pack their shit, please too. I don't know that it happened, but fuck. I would like them and any nasty immigrants who really are gonna vote for Hillary or Bernie and voted for Obama or a Democrat, came here like that and aren't, you know, completely for the American dream or whatever. And people who are nasty who litter, you just fucking eat something to fucking just throw the trash on the ground. I want those people out of here. I want them to be jailed at least and taken out of society. You're talking about places where homeless people are picked up and just taken away by laws. It's illegal to be homeless or whatever, this and that. I just want people to do the right thing. If somebody is nasty and mean, use the law and everything. By the time they come out of jail, they're not gonna do that anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know about rehabilitating people. If somebody's set in their way and they're gonna be a nasty person, that's just sad. But people that you cannot trust, um, people who have they're set in stone with um, the way that they are. They're just dirty and they can't trust them. So I want them and any nasty immigrants that are like that. I don't like you being in my country. I don't approve you being here. I do not consider you another American. No, you are not. If you are helping to improve the place, if you help take care of the place, and even if that's your own home, just whatever you do in the confines of where you live, you neat or you keep the place intact, and you're not trashy. And I don't really have a problem with you, but if you're trashy, I have at least a slim bit of a problem where I'm just like, because I've been affected by it personally, and I don't like living in trash and squalor. I don't like living in squalor. So whenever I have my own little room or whatever I live in, I try to keep it squared away. You know, I don't try to shit on other people. I don't shit on my country. And I don't go around shitting on other people's country unless it's necessary. Like North Korea, I might shit on them, but what do they do to their people there? They suppress their people, and the people have no rights there. So that's where we're at. That's what we want. We want America to be a place with no rights. Let the Democrats do whatever they're gonna do to destroy our economy, to make a one world order, so that they can do that. And I really think that um, you can find the money. I think that you can find the money. The money is there, and they're doing things, preparing, perpetuating, or whatever, orchestrating the way that they do from government, from their positions to not do a budget and not show where the money is so that it will, in fact, crash and will bankrupt. But the money's there. They treat it like when there was $5 trillion in debt when Bill Clinton took over, he had spent $5 trillion. There was $1 trillion in debt when the first Bush took over. So maybe added one more trillion, and that's it from the war or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how much money, the second or the first Bush or whatever added to the deficit, but I know it was not no $5 trillion. So, excuse me, at least $4 trillion was added to the debt under Bill Clinton. They said that there was a surplus when that man quit being president. And when he quit being president, he took off and drove around. Each president gets their own first brand new limo, and that faggot took a ride in George Bush's fucking limo. He's a faggot. I hate you, Bill Clinton. You're a fucking faggot. You're an old faggot, jerk off jerk. And I can't wait to see you die of AIDS or whatever the fuck you, Al Sharpton, and other faggots have. Obama all have AIDS, and you're a bunch of faggots. Wasting our time and money and making our society pay for your fucking mistakes. All the stuff in it, and that's the way to do it. Just mistake after mistake after mistake. You know. So, anyways, these guys try to make you think that Bill Clinton was good for the economy. Yeah, he knows the economy. That's this idiot fucking Hillary Clinton, this fucking dumbass fucking idiot, dumb motherfucker. You're a dumb motherfucker, Hillary. You're a dumb motherfucking son of a bitch. You are such a stupid, dumb fucking son of a fucking bitch. Your husband knows about the economy. Your husband helped create more sweatshops than the world's ever seen. Sweatshops. Designed and orchestrated by Bill Clinton. And he got his presidential office in Harlem. So, I don't know how much people hate their own fucking country. It's like burning your own house down, and then you look at it and you're like, now where do I live? Now where do I go and live? I just burnt down my house. I just burnt down my own house, my only house. Now where do I live? You know. So anyway, so when George Bush the second became president, there was $5 trillion in debt, but because the Democrats wanted to spend $5 trillion and Newt Gingrich didn't let them, they give Bill Clinton all this tremendous credit for, he was running around being a sexual deviant. What a great sexual deviant he was running around. He didn't have time to go spend that other $5 trillion so that he can be one of these elitists who later on they're going to talk about how when they were president, they blew how many ever trillion they blew. They're going to talk all this shit to public into our face and blow the smoke up our ass about Bush spending trillions of dollars and running up our debt from a credit card from China and bullshit like that to become president. Well, yet when they go and sit down with each other in their little elitist bar or whatever, away from us and the cameras, they're going to be talking about how great it was to spend all those trillions of dollars and there was nothing that people could do about it because they're a tyrannical dictator that hates us, that hates our country, hates what we're about, hates the way we think, hates business, job opportunities, individualism, private rights, the Constitution. I mean, you name it, free speech, the right to bear arms. I didn't know we had an extreme amount of amendments the way we do. I just pretty much have to take some time to go over a lot of them. But anyway, so so when Bush became president, because they didn't want to spend another $5 trillion, no, because Immigrants didn't let them, then they gave credit to Bill Clinton and told everybody that we had a surplus of $5 trillion. I want to know now, what the fuck were you guys gonna spend $5 trillion on? Oh, you were gonna spend it on transgender bathrooms and gay weddings. Doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, these people have just got me all baffled, as much baffling as one baffling could be. People might be baffled with my words and what I say, but I'm not thrilled with immigrants anymore. I used to think, immigrants are what made America strong or good or whatever. But that shit's over with. That was a long ass time ago. And like I said, you got people like New Yorkers who are not really nice people all the time. You got nice people and bad people everywhere you go, anywhere. But you look at the history of New York and Ellis Island and immigrants coming here. I'm done. I just don't want immigrants coming in here, and I'm convinced that they need to leave the country. They need to go back to where they're from, their own country. Um, a lot of them had come in to America. They maybe had found a way to become legal since they got here, but a lot of them have a story about breaking into America, about coming here illegally before they became a legal citizen. So then I'm just like thinking, wait a second, you just killed it for me. Your great story that you're telling me, you fought or swam across this river, you almost drowned, and then you made it across. Somebody held you on their shoulders or something with your stuff above your head or whatever, and carried you across the river into America. You know, instead of you somehow figuring out how to come here to America, and you got on an airplane and flew here, and were legitimate, got all of your everything legit, all your papers and everything. I just think if people are gonna do that, then what's the point? And then turn this all around. All this shit that they do to me and other Americans in our country, and then have our own citizens pinned against us over this moronic idiocracy over here that the Democrats have executed, have only executed, have all got to be reversed. Imagine if you turn that shit around and I go to your country over there, to Japan or China or Russia or any of these other places, and I do this shit that these foreign people or the stupid anti-President Obama has done here, or Nancy Reagan when she was the first woman president, you'd be appalled. You'd kill me. You'd rip me up out of my shit, and you'd stomp the shit out of me and stomp me to death. If not, cut me into chunks and just fed me to some fish. Bloop, bloop, bloop. For the shit that's going on here, and I'm just supposed to, for whatever reason, just sit here and let it happen and not say a fucking word about my own country and about how these fucking morons have got to go away, and everything Obama at least has to be rolled back and undone, and it's all designed for the enemy and propaganda for the enemy. That's what it is.